What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I want to go over the Pit of Heresy dungeon, and this will be a solo flawless guide. If this video is helpful, guys, hit the like button. That does make a difference. And if this helps you get this done, please subscribe and come back for more videos. That would make me happy. Now, Pit of Heresy is one of the newer dungeons, or is the new dungeon from the Shadowkeep DLC. I find this to be a bit easier than Shattered Throne is, particularly when it comes to going flawless. But our objective here is going to be going through the entire thing, and I'll go over each encounter in detail. So the first thing you want to do is make your way over to the moon, and then access this mission right from the directory. I'm going to run through here. We're going to make our way to the first section for this dungeon, and it's a wide open area called Necropolis. Now, it's a pretty simple area. It is pretty expansive, and it's a really cool looking spot, but our objective there is to defeat 3 Hive champions. So there will be a wizard, a shrieker, and a knight. And the only way to beat them is by going old school D1 and getting the relic sword, Crota's sword from Destiny 1. That's going to be the only weapon that can defeat them. Those 3 characters, the wizard, the shrieker, and the knight, they will make an appearance later on, and we'll get to those guys later in this video. So let's make our way down here to the Necropolis. You'll notice that this is a pretty expansive dungeon, and it is pretty awesome looking. So we're going to make our way down here, and this is the very first step in this mission. So the first thing I recommend is making sure that you have some rally banners. You want to have those for this encounter, and also some other ones later on, to make sure you always have ammo. So let's put this one down, and then we'll go over this encounter in detail. So we're going to rally to the flag, and now we'll go over this first encounter in more detail. Alright, so we made our way through the intro, and now we're in the very first spot. This is the Necropolis. It's a very wide open area, and our objective here is simple. We have to defeat 3 Hive champions: the wizard, the shrieker, and the knight. You'll notice here, though, that there are a bunch of symbols, and behind some of these symbols, in those rooms, you will find those champions. There are more than 3 symbols, though, so our first objective here is to find which symbols have those champions. And the way we do that is by jumping down to this symbol right here. This room will give us the location of the 3 main enemies, and it's also going to give us access to the sword that we need, the relic sword from Destiny 1. When we defeat the accursed sword bearer, he will drop that sword, and that's the only way to take out those 3 enemies. I would say to be careful because you have some tough guys here. There's a yellow bar ogre. These guys tend to spawn on the bridges. There are some acolytes here. There's cursed thralls, and there are the pit keeper knights. Those are the guys behind each door that you have to defeat in order to open up that room. Once we go through here and beat those 3 enemies, that will unlock the next room, and we're going to make our way all the way through the dungeon, all the way down there to our final objective where we fight the main boss. But first things first, let's take out these 3 enemies, and we're going to jump down to this section right here. For this encounter, I recommend having something like a sniper or having Mountaintop. Anything that's pretty heavy hitting and can hit enemies from afar will help you out because of those ogres. I'm going to drop down here, and for each encounter, when we get to the totems and the final boss, I'll go over my weapons and armor in more detail. Honestly, for this section here, it's not too bad. You can get away with a lot of different loadouts for this, but for the final fight and for the totems, I think you want to have more careful consideration for your weapons and armor. So let's go ahead here. I want to use a grenade launcher. I'll use Izanagi's Burden for the ogres and for the knight. But by and large here, I can use pretty much anything I want for these other weaker guys. One thing to be cognizant of is when the cursed thralls come out. Sometimes they'll come out after you defeat the champion inside the room, so keep that in mind. They can end your run really quickly. Overall, this area is pretty easy. But what I find is if you try to rush, that's when you can really make mistakes. So you want to be careful here. You don't have any time limit for this. So keep that in mind. If you're going for flawless, if it takes you a couple hours, that's fine. You have plenty of time to do this. The final fight, there is no enrage. So keep that in mind. It's better to be careful and deliberate with your actions. So now that we defeated the sword bearer, he dropped a sword, and we notice here that there are 3 symbols. We have the pizza symbol, the hamburger symbol, and the robot symbol. Guys, let me know in the comments which symbols you give for these. Those are the names I give. Some say ice cream cone, I say pizza. But I digress, let's get out of there. There are the cursed thralls. They almost snuck up on me and killed me in my video. Anyway, pizza, hamburger, robot. So I'm looking over here. We have spider symbol there. Pizza is down there. We can get that one. Maybe get that one first. We also then have robot and hamburger. So I'm going to make my way over to pizza first. Once I get there, I'll pick this thing back up. I'll jump down to pizza and we can continue this video. Alright, so I jumped down. I'm over here at the pizza symbol. Ice cream cone. I have my sword. Again, you need the sword to beat the 3 champions. And we're going to drop down here. I want to be careful though, because as a hunter, you can stop your jump pretty easily, but with the sword, it's kind of hard to see where you're going. So, better safe than sorry. I'm going to make my way around here and jump back and forth. Because I have the sword, I can use that to take these guys out. I want to make sure I have a nice amount of ammo for whatever is waiting behind this door. But use the weapon to your advantage. Also get out of dodge if you have to. Okay, he almost beat me up. There is a range attack too. By pressing R2, you can use that. And that's probably a better thing to do against these guys. Alright, so these guys are going down. And now that the pit keeper is down, the door's opened up. Let's take these guys out too. If you run out of sword, it's not a big deal. You can always get another one from one of those knights. They tend to patrol the bridges with the ogres though, so you want to be careful if you're trying to get another sword. Yeah, see, there's our friendly neighborhood ogre. He's waiting to smack me around. Alright, so the door's open. Our first enemy looks like it is... I think it's a knight. So it's going to either be a knight, a wizard, or the Shrieker. The Shrieker is the easiest one to beat up. The wizard can be pretty formidable, so let's be careful here. There he is. The might of the broken blade. He means business, folks. But we have a sword too. Now this guy, he's relatively weak, but the only way to beat him up is with direct attacks. You can use your super attack on him as well. And the cool thing about this is you can get your super back pretty fast. So if you want to be super conservative or super careful, just wait. Wait till it charges up. If you're running low on ammo too, like I am right now, it might be a good idea. So I want to just dodge him a little bit. He's kind of slow. He's plotting, if you will. And once I get my super back, I can just hit L1, R1. And it does a good amount of damage. So this is an easy way of beating this guy up, is just by carefully waiting for your super to fill up. It doesn't consume any ammo, and it's a nice way of making sure that you can minimize how many times you have to get a sword. Like I said, there is a bunch of those accursed sword bearers out there that will keep respawning, but you want to avoid those ogres if you can, because they will melt you really fast, and it's really easy to get killed by them. So I need one more sword attack here on this guy. I can probably just beat him up. You can also block his attacks too, and then just smack him around. But that's risky business, because you have to time it just right. So we're just going to smack this guy a little bit. He's down. So one knight is down, one champion is down. You notice it broke one of those links, so we now have 2 more to go. We have the hamburger and we have the robot. Keep in mind that your symbols could be different, alright? So if you're different than mine, that's okay. Just look for where they're at and make your way over to it. Now, my sword is running pretty low, so I want to get another sword, and we want to make our way over to the hamburger. And then the last one is way up there. That is the robot. So I'm going to go ahead and get a sword. I'm going to make my way over to the hamburger, and we'll pick things back up there, okay? Alright, so I made my way over to hamburger, but you notice here I'm in a bit of a precarious situation. I have my sword, which I need, but you'll notice that right now there's an onslaught from this punk, so we're going to take him out. And then there's another ogre over there too, so I want to make sure I take him out as well. I lost my sword, rip. Not a big deal though. Let's take out these guys. These guys are beating me up pretty bad right now. Again, it's better to be safe than sorry, so if it involves going a bit slower, so so be it. Don't worry about ammo. There's going to be another spot I can use a rally banner later on if I run out of ammo here. And this is where having the right gear, the right mods come into play too. So I have some Hive mods on from the Menagerie. That's going to help out immensely here. I could always use my super. I think I may. We can just get these guys a little bit easier. Yeah, in this particular room, in Hamburger, there are ogres that spawn in there. So you want to be careful. Hamburger is a dangerous place. Alright, so those guys are taken out. That was a pretty bad grenade. Alright, so I think we took out most of these guys here. Actually, no, there's still quite a few left. But not a big deal. We'll take them out. We'll grab another sword. And then we're going to go into Hamburger and beat up whoever's in there. Alright, so the Shrieker's here. The Shrieker is actually really pretty weak, actually. He can take you out fast, but the mechanic to beat him is much easier than the other guys. So you notice here that when I dodge, I got my health back. I'm using the Wormhusk. I find that to be super useful on the Hunter. And I'll be honest, I think beating this flawless on the Hunter is probably the most difficult, simply because the final fight is a bit more challenging. Titans had the bubble and the Warlocks had the Roll of Radiance. That can help out immensely there. Let me get out of dodge here. Holy smokes, there he is! The sword bearer. Okay, that's good though, because we need a sword. But he wants to kill us, so let's be careful. Oh, he ran away, rip. Okay, not a big deal. He should spawn on the bridge, I think. Maybe over here. Yeah, he should spawn on a bridge or somewhere close by. Typically, though, he's hanging out with his buddies, though. There he is. Yeah, so like I said, these guys spawn evidently infrequently, but they spawn pretty often throughout these areas. Okay, there he is. This is where Izanagi's Burden is great. It used to one-shot those guys, but with the changes to it, it's not quite as powerful, but not a big deal. We took him down. We have our sword, and with this particular guy, it's a really simple mechanic. All you have to do is block. Now, you want to be careful though, because in his room there is 2 ogres, so I'm not going to go in there for fear that they might melt me. And there he is. Okay, so the ogres are fighting me already. Alright, so we took down the Shrieker, we took down the Knight. Now all that's left is the Wizard. And the Wizard is pretty tough. They almost got me there. Wizard's pretty tough, guys. You gotta be careful of these ogres. They can mess you up really fast. And the Wizard is located over here under the robot symbol. At least that's what I call it. So I'm going to make my way over there right now. We're not going to pause the video. We're just going to keep going, because this one is pretty close by. You can use those elevators to make your way up pretty high distances. So keep that in mind too. Alright. So I'm going to make my way up here. Once we take him down, that will be the first encounter done. And you'll get your first drop. It won't be a powerful drop, but that's where you'll get your first drop from. Okay, I'll be honest. I kind of want to keep. The ammo for that sword, because the Wizard actually has quite a bit of health. And honestly, the more irritating thing with his Wizard is, it has a couple other orange bar wizards with him or her, and they can smack us around. Alright. So I'll be using invisibility here extensively for this. I think you definitely want to have high mobility, and we'll go over that in more detail, in particular for the Totems encounter, and we'll see that later on in this video. Totems is really tough. Alright, I think I lost my sword though, right? God dang it. Yes, I did. Alright, so we had to get another sword. Kind of unfortunate, mainly because this dude means business. My first order of business is taking out that ogre, because that guy will melt you super fast. Yo, he was like he was a teammate of mine. See that? Oh shit! I missed him. Okay, so we took him out. We got our sword back, and now we have to take down the wizard. Like I said, this wizard's tough, so you want to make sure you have full ammo. You notice that one range attack I did earlier? That range attack is the only way of beating the wizard. Normal attacks won't work. I think the super attack works too, but truth be told, you do not want to get close to that. Alright. There's our wizard, right? Yes. So like I said, there are 2 orange bar wizards here too. If you get lucky, then the wizard may spawn kind of where it was for me, and you can kind of hide from the other 2 wizards. This is one where if you have to retreat, absolutely do it, because these guys will melt you really, really fast. Especially if they hit you at the same time, it can kill you pretty instantly. So I'm using the R2 attack. Sometimes not to my own advantage. Rip. See, the thing that sucks right now is that wizard is smart. It's from the moon, I believe. That's where we are right now. God dang it. Let's retreat. The wizard's almost defeated. We have this one last guy here. Like I said, this takes a while, so don't be afraid if this first encounter takes you 15-20 minutes. That's okay too. You want to live to fight another day, or live to fight another encounter. Okay, so wizard's down. The last disciple falls. Now we're not quite done yet, though. Okay, we want to make our way over to this green light. That green light is emanating from where we go to the next encounter. But we can't just run over there and think we're fine. We want to make our way over there carefully, and we want to take out the enemies because there's a bunch of guys waiting there for us. And I'm being ever vigilant, looking out for those guys. They can quickly make this, hey, let's go to orbit and restart our checkpoint. And I'm just going to go on Viz here. This is where having high mobility really helps. Just in case that guy sees me, I want to use that right here. And jump down. Now, there are some guys waiting for me down there. But I have a bunch of shots here. I can actually use this right now to take down some of these guys. And then we'll jump down and be safe. Matter of fact, if I can time it right, I can probably use my tether, but I'm afraid I'll fall to my death if I try that. Yeah, these guys are all waiting for me down here. That's okay. Once we take down that knight, it opens up this door. These guys are going to keep coming after us, but the way is open, so I'm going to try to dodge here really quick and make my way through. Once you get to this chest, that is the first encounter complete. I've already beaten it this week, so it didn't give me a legendary drop, but this can give you legendaries, or will give you legendaries. And I think you can also get Dreambane armor, maybe some weapons from this. But that will be the first encounter done. And now, here we are. We're ready to go into the next encounter, so let's pick up when we get there. Okay, sweet. So we beat the first encounter. We didn't die. We got flawless intact. We want to make our way through this area right here. This is going to take us into the next section, which involves grabbing void orbs and avoiding super mad ogres. So be careful here. There's a bunch of doors. All these will lead to your death except for this one right down here. So it's pretty much a straight shot. Just jump down here and this will get you to where you need to go. I'm gonna make my way through here. Make my way through here. And before I drop down into the fighting section, I'm gonna go over my gear really quick. I'm using the same gear as the last encounter. So Izanagi's Burden, Recluse, and a spike grenade launcher. But if you don't have Izanagi's Burden, that's okay. Use any sniper rifle. If you have Mountaintop, you could use that instead. But I'm going to use Izanagi's because it does make quick work of these enemies here. The ogres cannot be harmed. You cannot defeat them. Not even orcs can tame an ogre, so don't even try to trifle with these guys. You want to avoid them at all costs. But once you drop down here, then we're in their domain. So I'm using Izanagi's Burden, I'm using Recluse, and I'm using a spike grenade launcher. I'm going to stay on the top tree tether, okay? So this is important. You want to be able to dodge and be able to go invisible. That will come in really handy. Because I'm dodging and going invisible, I'm using Marksman's Dodge here to automatically reload. That's going to be useful too. And like I said, I have the Wormhusk on. This will give me a slight bit of health and a shield bump when I dodge. That is super useful throughout this entire dungeon. I think this is honestly the best exotic to use for the hunter. That is, of course, if you have 100 mobility, because you want to make sure you have your dodge as much as you can. Number one, to make sure that you're taking advantage of this, and number two, to make sure that you're able to go invisible more often. So having 100 mobility is super important. On top of that, I have Hive armaments. I have the Hive barrier. I do have Hive repurposing, but I didn't put that on. Hive armaments and Hive barrier are really valuable for this. So we're going to drop down in here. We want to be careful because these ogres mean business, and this is their house. Alright, so here we are. I like to go this area first. With this section, basically, and I may mess up here to be honest. With this dungeon, or this part, there are... Holy smokes, there he is. There's 3 areas. You can go left, middle, and right, and there's going to be a gate behind each of those. And that dude almost got me. Matter of fact, I think I went the wrong way. I'm so scared by those ogres that I think I did. Not a big deal. We're going to take these guys out. There's a bunch of thralls here. You're going to be careful. Those yellow barred knights, that is who we want to take out. Those are the guys that are going to be giving us the void orbs that we so desperately need. Might as well use my tether here, just to be safe. Okay, so he's down. Okay, now that we defeated him, he drops a void charge, and like I said, we need 3 of these to open up the left, the middle, and the right gates. If you drop this, it will despawn, so keep that in mind. I'm actually going to use it just to punch these guys. When you punch them, it does more or less kind of disorient them, so you can use that to your advantages to smack them around a little bit. But I'm going to be careful here. Again, if this takes you a long time, not a big deal. Just be safe. He's chasing me. Let me punch him once. This will stun him. Alright, he's down. Let me get my health back here. Let me get my wits about me. Alright, so we took him down. There's another acolyte right here. Yeah, once you punch them once, they stay stunned for a while. Okay, so if I drop this, it looks like the ogre's right there. The ogres are attracted to the void lights. For some reason, they love this kind of stuff. Maybe they eat it. I don't know what they do. See, we want him to walk away. And now we are going to make a run for it. Alright. I am making a run for it. And here's our first gate. I think I actually went the wrong way, so we may be out of order here, but oh well. So that's 1 down, 2 to go. think the ogre's right over there. Dude, those guys are beefy. You do not want to mess with them. Number one, because you can't hurt them, but number two, because they look insane. Okay, so this little bottom area here, I don't think there's an orb in here. But I know a bunch of thralls drop down here. So I'm just going to take these guys out slowly. If you're watching this video and you're going through this part, you can definitely be more strategic than I am as far as, you know, the order of operations, but feel free to do it exactly the same way I did. Go the same direction, take out the enemies the same way I did, and just kind of copy it a little bit. You know, if it involves taking a little bit extra time, so be it. The most important thing is getting through this part unscathed. Alright, so we took him out. Oh, nice. So we actually made our way right over to a gate. But so did he. Okay, so I think I know where to go. We want to beat these guys up first. We want to avoid that ogre. And then I think I know exactly where the next spot is. So yeah, this is where, like I said, having that super high mobility is amazing. See, because I think I can even... Oh no. Maybe not. Let's pump the brakes there. He's just waiting for me. Yeah, see, we want to go right here. Run! Alright, see, I did tether most of them. Okay, they are down. But I want to try to really be careful here, though. That orb will not despawn right away. But I wanted to at least take out most of those guys before I picked it up. I can beat these guys up with it, with the orb. But I don't want to be fighting like 15 guys here with this thing. A handful is okay, but like a bunch of guys, no. Not a good idea. Okay, so I believe that right out there... See that? Ogre. He's just waiting for me. Right out here is where we want to go. Get out of here, dude. Maybe we can get him to walk away. Let's see. If not, we may have to circle around and go a different direction. Because that dude is not leaving. Let's see if that tricked him. Okay, so 2 gates down. Holy smokes, 1 to go. But that dude almost caught me. He almost caught me. Alright, that's okay though. Let's make our way through here. There's another one. Like I said, there are 2 ogres here, guys, so you're gonna be careful of that. These guys, they just had me pinned down. I'm just gonna run as fast as I can. I honestly think I have to go all the way around to the other side, though. I think the last one is on the far right. Like I said, there's left, middle, and right, and I think I did left and middle first. Holy smokes! Yeah. So if I get, holy egad, man. See, this is where you gotta be careful, because if you go into the wrong room, there's going to be a bunch of these thralls, and they can, if they catch you off guard, they can easily take you out. That hurt. Okay, so there's our last gate. Yeah, I didn't quite go far enough. There's our last gate, and here we have our last section of enemies. So I'm gonna be diligent here as well. There's our knight. I could even play this a bit careful too, and just run around a bit using my invisibility until I get my tether back, and I think that's probably a good idea. Oh no, I shot at the ceiling. Don't do that, guys. Be better than me. That's all I'm asking. Not difficult to do. See, that was closer. I could have blown myself up. Yeah, having Wormhusk is amazing. I know it got nerfed a bit at some point in year 1 because it was so good in Crucible, but it's still really good, and it's actually pretty. It'd be hard for me to beat this without it, to be honest. I know there might be some pros watching this saying this is so discombobulated, and that's fine. Our objective here, though, is to beat this. That's the only objective we have, is to beat it. Better to beat it than be trying to get too cute and not win. Alright, so we took them down. I want to be careful here, though. I'm basically looking for where I came in, because I know that where I came in was right next to the final gate. I think it's right here. Okay, so we'll make this dunk. All 3 are extinguished. Alright, so far we've beaten the first encounter. We took down those 3 disciples. That led us into the second encounter, which was the Ogre's Maze. Once you navigate that maze, it'll lead you into this room, which is the Chamber of Suffering encounter. This totem encounter might be the most difficult one throughout the entire dungeon. The goal here is to break the chain in the distance, and to do that, we dunk 6 void orbs, which as you dunk those, will remove these symbols. Once all 6 are removed, that will break the chain, and that will lead us into the next encounter. And we're actually getting pretty close to the final boss, but this can be super tough to do because it's a very fast-paced, frantic fight. It's just like the one before, where to get those void orbs, we have to take down Yellow Bar Knights. But the one caveat here is you'll notice that there is this center platform. If you leave that unattended for too long, it will be a wipe mechanic. So you want to make sure that you're balancing grabbing those orbs, but also too hanging out here for a bit, beating up enemies and resetting that hidden timer. So this is a really tough fight. It's just like the one before, where to get those void orbs, we have to take down Yellow Bar Knights. But the one caveat here is you'll notice pinnacle weapon from Gambit. It's super useful for clearing adds in this fight. You want to make sure you're clearing adds as much as you can. So in between grabbing those orbs, you go back to that center plate, reset the timer, clear out as many adds as you can. The fact that I have Hive armaments helps out immensely because I can use my grenade on some of the weaker enemies like thralls, and that will keep the Delirium with enough ammo. I'm going to keep Recluse on just in case I have some guys really close. I can use that and save ammo for Delirium. This will help shred enemies really fast as far as the adds go. I'm going to keep the Izanagi's Burden on, and this is really useful because I'm going to use it against the Yellow Bar Knights, but I'm also going to use this too for some knights that spawn up very high above us. We want to take them out. Those boomers can really make a quick end to your run, so you want to have those guys taken out as fast as you can when they spawn in. So I'm going to be using Delirium for ad control, using Recluse for spot ad control, and I'm going to be using Izanagi's Burden for taking out the Yellow Bar Knights and the Red Bar Knights. I'm going to keep the Wormhusk on. Again, I cannot emphasize enough, how important I think having this exotic is for doing this encounter and this entire raid. Getting that health back is going to be amazing. Having the Hive armaments, having the Hive barrier, cannot emphasize enough how important that is. And then having scavengers here too to make sure you always have ammo. So the one thing I'll say here too before I jump into this encounter is, if you have ×4 for Izanagi's Burden and you do a dodge to reload, that will take it away. So try to be cognizant of that. You don't want to accidentally you don't want to accidentally take away some ammo just from that dodge. So try to keep that in mind too. So here we go. We're going to jump into this. First thing I'll do is put down a rally banner. And then we're going to jump right into it. So here we go. Alright, so we're starting this thing off. I'm using Delirium. And I'm just going to jump right into it. I want to use this Delirium to take these guys out quick. So having heavy ammo finder is great. Having special ammo finder and scavenger is great too. You want to be careful here because, like, as you stay in this spot here, you get Curse of Suffering, and when that goes up, it'll go up to ×2, ×3, etc. You'll take more damage. So the longer you're here, the more it hurts you. But you're also much better off too taking these guys out, taking those ads out, and then you can get smacked around by these guys and miss your shots. And then you can take out our buddy Knight in the distance. So he's down, he dropped an orb. You want to be fast though. You want to go over here, grab this thing quick, make your way back. I like to go right through this plate here first, just to change that. You notice it was turning red. Make our dunk, and now I'm going to put the tether way out here. I want to be able to tether these ads really fast because I want to go invisible and I want to take these guys out. You don't have to use a ×4 shot on these guys, but I'll be honest with you, I'd rather take them out in one hit. So I'm using ×4 on them. I don't particularly care. So those guys are down. I'm going to use my grenades here just to get some ammo back for the Delirium. And I'm going to take out these other guys here. And there's also some cursed thralls. I gotta be mindful of them. So I'm basically just using my dodge. I'm using my high mobility. Having 100 mobility is really, really useful. As a matter of fact, I'd say it's almost a necessity. But that way I'm getting back my dodge faster. I can chill for a bit, invisible, get my health back even more. And now I'm going to take these guys out. So my Curse of Suffering is going up, but it's okay. I'd rather take some extra time to take these clowns out. I could even use this time to go out there and grab some ammo. But I'm not going to. I'm going to go over here now and take out this next dude. So he's almost defeated. I'm going to use my Delirium to get him down. Make my way back over here to the middle. I want to dunk this and dodge right away just to get my health back. Again, Wormhusk is absolutely amazing. So 2 down, 1 to go. 2 down, 1 to go. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 2 down, 4 to go. I'm thinking of the Disciples. Or you can lose your mind inside this Chamber of Suffering. Okay. So we have those Hive boomers up there who are really, really messing things up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my dodge back. This way I can go invisible and take him out. And now same deal. I'm going to try to go over here. Other Hive Knight is up there. So I'm going to get my dodge back again. And now I can more safely take him out. So the problem here, you'll notice, is I'm out of special ammo. So that is going to be an issue. I need to get some special ammo back. I noticed that there's some out there. So let's use our dodge. I'm going to go out here and grab some ammo really quick. But we want to get back here though. We can't leave this unattended too long. That'll actually wipe you pretty fast. When you're with a team, you can have one guy more or less kind of hanging out here. But when you're doing a solo, it's a lot more challenging. So you can also do, you know, a glitch here and things like that. I didn't do that myself, and I don't recommend it. I recommend fighting these guys how you're supposed to. So let's get a grenade kill on that dude. Oh, I missed. You know, let's clear out some of these ads. We're going to clear out some of these ads here because they are smacking us around right now. Alright. So he's down. Okay, let me get back to the middle. Let's turn to red. Yeah, see that thing almost ready to blow up on me? You don't want that. Dunk this. We're gonna put the tether out in the middle again. Okay, that guy's coming out. Again, I do not want to dodge when I have Izanagi's Burden out with ×4. It'll waste that. We do not want to waste that at all. So we're dodging and weaving here because, oh my goodness, those guys can mess you up. The Curse Thralls can end this run really, really fast. So let's just take a break here. Let's pump the brakes a little bit. The ads are getting a little out of control, so we're going to try to clear those guys out. I have plenty of heavy ammo, so I might as well use it here. Yeah, we got to take these guys out of here. And we're doing good though. I have a bunch of Izanagi's Burden ammo again. I think we've done what? We've done 3 dunks. So we have to keep rinsing and repeating this. That's pretty much it. So the key takeaways: high mobility, Wormhusk to get your health back. You want to take out ads with any ad clearing weapon. And now I can make my way over here really quick. Oh no. That might hurt me, guys. Hold on. Oh, that was close. Yeah, that time I risked it, guys. I risked it, and that was a silly thing to do. Yeah, see, we want to get our dodge back here. Yeah, let's get the dodge back. Go invisible. Take out that loser. Try to bait those guys really quick. Alright. We gotta be careful here. The ads are getting out of control. I should have my tether back here relatively soon. Should have that tether back pretty soon when I need it, because these ads here are... They'll keep spawning in too. I mean, you can clear them out between each wave, but they'll spawn back in for the next fight, so... Let's chill for a second here. Yes, yeah. As that Curse of Suffering goes up, my goodness, you start taking way more damage here. Okay, let's get back to the center though. Put out this fire really quick. We're going to do our dunk. We're going to tether here. And now we're going to quickly take out these guys. That's one. That's two. I think I got him. That was close. I risked it there. I should have won invisible. Again, just you gotta be careful. It's part of it is being decisive, but part of it also is being careful too. All right, so we took them down. I need a grenade kill though, so maybe I can get on this guy. Nice. Just want to make sure I have enough ammo here to take out these ads. Oh, that was close. Having Hive recovery is also good too. But honestly, oh no. Let me get back to the center here. Alright, let's try to take this guy out. Get over here quick. Make our way back here to the center before it goes crazy. Alright. This might be the last one. Alright, suffering has ended. And that encounter is tough. I mean, that is a really tough encounter. High mobility, spam and viz. Top Tree Tether, in my opinion, is better for this. Top Tree Tether is the way to go. Wormhusk is absolutely the way to go, but you gotta have high mobility. So whether it be spamming the Powerful Friends mods that I have for some of these, or having high stat mobility armor with some mobility mods, that's really, really clutch here. I think that's going to be your best bet for this. So now we're down to another section of jumping, a little bit of jumping we have to do, take out some wizards, and then we have the final fight. But first, we have the nasty little goo thing here. So we beat that part. Let's go ahead here. We have to drop down to the next fight. We have another drop here, so this will give you some loot too. But this, in my opinion, might be the most difficult encounter. So let's make our way to the next one. Okay, so the last thing you want to do is, after you beat this super tough Curse of Suffering, is die on this part. So this here, you want to be really careful. I almost died. When I did my first flawless run for this, I almost died here. There is these spinning little death blades. You have this stupid lantern thing coming at you. You got to be careful for this part. So in my opinion, what I recommend doing is getting over to this side, and then essentially you want to just drop down to the ledges here below. So I want to drop down to that ledge right down there. At least that's the plan. So we're going to drop down here like this, and we're going to slowly make our way down here. You're much better off being careful for this, just because, like I said, you do not want to have this cost you your flawless run, like that almost did right there for me. Alright, so be mindful of these. I don't think that will kill you, but it'll knock you around and it'll push you into something that will kill you. Okay, so we're going to drop down to this one right here. Alright, we're almost down there. There is a secret chest here. I've never gotten it, actually, to be honest with you. I've never gotten it. And I'm afraid to get it, so we're not going to do it right now. Okay, so we're almost down there. This is where we're going right here. Alright, so now we've made our way to this area right here. And to beat this part, it's relatively simple. It is taking out 3 wizards. And it's just like the first encounter where they're behind different symbols. There are 6 symbols here. I don't know which ones we're going up against, so honestly when I get down here, normally I just jump around like a madman until I see red on my screen, and then we take them out. So that's going to be the game plan for this fight right here. So for this part, I do switch to Jotun. I don't have any ammo for it right now, but I'm hoping that we'll get some from some of the other weaker enemies here. But what I typically do is just look for red on my screen. This part here, again, you're much better off being conservative and being careful, especially on the Hunter. The Hunter has doesn't have the same degree of recovery as far as the jumping. It's very easy for the hunter to mess up the jumps here, and we do not want that to happen. We do not want to have a flawless run being compromised because we miscalculated our jumps. Now I'm using normal jumps. I don't recommend stompies here. Oh my god, there's a shrieker. Let's take that shrieker out. He's got me scared already. There is a map, and I will try to link in the comments or in the description. I'll try to link. There's a map for the Ogre room, and there's a map for this too. I'll link both of those so that you can have that as a reference material. Okay. Took that dude out. He almost took us out though. Alright, so for this dude here, I'm actually just going to use Delirium and hope see, this is where I wish I had my Jotun. Jotun can pretty much smack these guys really easily. Jotun will crush those wizards. But I'm going to jump up here right now and see if they dropped any special. No special, but we did get a grenade kill, and we did get a heavy ammo drop. So at least I can use that for the next fight. The problem is I don't have my tether. Alright, so 1 down, 2 to go. I see some red over on my screen in the other direction. But I want to run around here like a madman, try to find it. So I think I have to go this way. Very, very unscientific for me. I just look for red on my screen and try to find it. I think we have to probably go around here. I believe that might be the best. Yeah, we have to go around. Okay, so this will kill you. If this hits you, that will kill you. Okay, I got a little bit too aggressive there with that. Do as I say, not as I do, because you do not want to have a simple mistake cost you a flawless and cost you that cool emblem. If you're watching this part of the video right now, which dungeon do you like better? Shattered Throne or Pit of Heresy? Which dungeon is your more favorite? Okay, so I think we're pretty close here. I believe that the enemies are right around that corner. I'm going to wait a second and then jump over here. And I did see some guys shooting at me, so... Oh my god. Nice, but he did drop special. That's huge. Jotun, like I said, will absolutely destroy these wizards. In fact, sometimes it can even just push the wizard right off the edge and it'll die. Okay, that's 2 wizards down, 1 to go. I don't know where the last one is though, so this may be some trial and error here to find it. There's the exit. That's where we want to go, and looks like it's the the spider symbol is the very last one. So actually I think what I'll do is make my way over to the exit. That way, wherever it is, the final fight, I can just backtrack. And like I said, I will link in the description, I will link the map for this, so that will help you out a little bit. Looks like I see a guy over here. Okay, not for the faint of heart, this part right here. But actually, I think I lucked out because our final fight might be right here. Yes, nice guys, that was actually really good. Okay. So, we took down the 3 wizards, and we're actually right next to the exit. That was actually the most perfect thing that could ever happen. So, here we go. We're on the final fight. We're on the final encounter, and this boss is tough. But the nice thing about this boss is there is no enrage. So, whether it takes you 4 damage phases or 14. Be careful, be deliberate with your actions, be decisive, but don't be over aggressive. Don't risk it. Let's make our way down here. Now, for this fight, I will be using Mountaintop and Anarchy. If you do not have Anarchy and you do not have Mountaintop, I would highly recommend trying to get those, or to use something like Xenophage in its place. So Xenophage is a heavy machine gun that you actually get from this dungeon. It does good damage versus this dude, alright? So keep that in mind. That is a good substitute if you don't have these weapons that I'm using right here. But make no mistake, Anarchy is amazing for this fight. I'm going to be using that and the Mountaintop. If I didn't have Mountaintop, I would probably use... I don't know. I would probably use maybe a sniper, a vorpal sniper. You could also use a shotgun. But Mountaintop's really good because it can take out the Yellow Bar Knights, the sword bearers, a bit easy, and it fires a straight shot, so you can hit them from pretty far away. But Mountaintop, Anarchy is going to be my go-to. I want to use a Recluse for ag clearing, and you guys know how I feel about these armor pieces here and the mods I have on them. So here we go. Let's make our way to the final fight, and this will be our last step that we need in order to beat this. Actually, did I run by the... I think I ran by the... Hang on. Where is it? I need my rally banner. You know, I think I may have ran right past it, which would have been the most ridiculous thing to do. Actually, no, here it is, right here. Make sure you have a rally banner, and more importantly, make sure you know where to put it. So here we go. Final fight, and it starts right now. There he is, Zulmak. Crota on fire. So we have our sword bearers and we have our 3 disciples from earlier. The broken blades. So I like to go left here first, to be honest. I like to go to the left side. And I like to take out this guy. So if this takes us a few damage phases, so be it. Not a big deal. I will be surprised if I can get it done in faster than 4. I think it's going to take me at least 4 damage cycles. If you're on your Titan or your Warlock, they can throw down a Well of Radiance, and that will pretty much, or a Well of Radiance or a bubble, and you can melt these guys with a sword. Now, it's a risky play, but you can one-phase this dude with a sword. Anything with Whirlwind Blade, something like that, will melt this guy. As a matter of fact, whenever I do this with my clan, we always have one Warlock. We just throw down a Well of Radiance and one phase him. So I'm going to be careful here. I'm actually going to use my same strategy from the very first part. That is to say, I'm going to use my super to really put a hurting on this dude. Okay, he's down. I'm not going to worry about the orb just yet. I'll focus on that in a second. The wizard is located adjacent to... You can see the wizard way over there. I learned this from Miss Kenner on Twitch. This is a wonderful way of taking out the wizard. You can use the long range attack and just spam that first sword you have all the way over there. Sometimes you can even take out the wizard in one sword. So you can take out the wizard really fast this way. And it's by far, in my opinion, by far the best way to take out the wizard. So shout out to Miss Kenner on Twitch. If you're not following her, definitely check her out. Alright, so that almost killed the wizard. Way better than going over there and fighting the wizards one-on-one. That's a fool's errand, because the wizard can melt you really fast. So I want to take out these ads. Being careful not to blow myself up with Mountaintop. And our next sword bearer should be right over here. I don't want to get too close though to that other pillar, the other tower, because that's where the Shrieker is, and that Shrieker can melt us. So whoops, I do want to make sure I hit my shots though. Okay, so we got our next sword, and here we go. We're going to make our way over to the Shrieker. I like to go to the side here for the Shrieker because there's a bunch of ads in there. And if I go over this way, I can at least take out a couple of these dudes really quick. And then I can hold the block button. I can easily block here. If you do it from the steps, it's a little bit risky because you might be getting hit from behind from the enemies over there. If you do it from the side, you should be pretty safe. Okay, so far so good. Oops, there's one other guy. Let's take this guy out. And now we can go over here and easily finish the wizard off, who's almost dead from that long-range assault that we had. Alright, so all three of the disciples are down. You get out of here. I have my tether ready. I have my Anarchy ready. Anarchy's amazing. And I have my other gear ready. So what I like to do for this is you can run around to the other sides here, and like the boss is over there, so I could run to this side pretty fast. Kind of fake them out a little bit. Once you dunk that first one, the other orbs will spawn again. You can do this one by one too as you beat the enemies, but I find to be a bit better to do it this way. You can also use the invisibility, and that will be a nice way of doing this too. If you want to be really conservative, you can take out these ads here, and you can take out the knight. Rip. Alright, there we go. So for this last one, I definitely want to have these guys out of here. And I definitely want to also have my invisibility dodge here, because he will mess me up really quick. So when I dunk this, it's going to initiate the first damage encounter. I'm going to tether him. I'm going to shoot 2 Anarchy shots, and then I'm going to use Mountaintop. So I don't want to waste Anarchy shots. I want to use 2 of those. Actually, I don't think they hit them. Yeah, I'm going to use 2 of those. And I'm going to keep jumping here, and I want to be mindful of these cursed thralls because they are ridiculous. So if you shoot more than 2 Anarchy shots, honestly, it'll waste them. But sometimes, for me at least, I kind of panic a little bit when I'm fighting those fights. So it's okay. You don't have to be perfect. The one thing is for this, you don't have to be perfect. Just make sure you survive. That's all. All right. So we did okay damage there. It's looking like, holy smokes, it's looking like
that we're going to have to do at least 3 more, maybe even a 5th one. I could have done better damage there. It wasn't optimal, as some would say, but we didn't die, and that's the most important thing. So let's rinse and repeat. We're going to take down this sword bearer. He wants to take me out, though. So let's take him down. And then we're going to go over here and do the same thing. So we're going to go over to the left side, take out this knight, and this is going to be our strategy. We're going to use this same process over and over again. So you want to have a repeatable process for this boss fight. I use my long range attack here to take out these acolytes as my super is charging. Because I want to use that to my advantage here. Super on this guy if you can. Ammo should not be a problem here because there's so many enemies. So like even if you, like I spammed Anarchy back there and I think I had like 10 shots left, I should be able to get back to full ammo. Between having the Hive armaments and between having heavy ammo finder, this stuff's dropping like candy. Alright, he's down. Now we can just hack and slash away here at the broken blade. Alright, there we go. He's down. 1 orb down. 2 to go. Oh, so wait, hold on a second. Yeah, that's right. You want to make sure you use this strategy here. Wizard's over there. Unsuspecting. From downtown, baby. Let's go. I'm going to back up a little bit so you don't run off the edge. That'd be kind of unfortunate. Yeah, this strategy is awesome. Using this will take out mostly everything over there. So spam it, and now we're good to go. Alright, nearly got my tether back. Okay, got our sword. Let's go over here and rinse and repeat against the Shrieker. So at this point, honestly, with this strategy, really it comes down to execution and not making a silly mistake. And part of that could be trying to rush. Part of that could be, blowing yourself up with Mountaintop, which I've done before. Like all of those could be something that could happen to you in this fight. And with how tough it is to get here, that's where you're better off, do 1 extra damage cycle if you have to. All right, here we go. Our objective here is to get him down to half health. First, we have to take out this wizard. Where is the wizard at? Oh, maybe I killed the wizard? Oh, I did. I killed the wizard in 1 hit. Nice. So here we go. We're full heavy. We got our super back. Let's get down here. I'm going to try to get a little bit more kills done. And, if I spam Anarchy and Lloyd calls me out in the comments, so be it. Xenophage is good here too. I don't quite think it's as good as Anarchy is, but Xenophage is a good substitute if you don't have Anarchy. So that's a quest item. It's not RNG like the Anarchy is. So if you don't have that from Scourge of the Past, you can use this. You can use Xenophage. Oh, I missed the tether, guys. That was horrible. Missed the tether and I got smacked here. God dang it. That's going to cost me a lot of damage. And I missed that too. Let's get our health back. Use our dodge. Oh, let's get out of here. Okay, that was actually, you know what? We did pretty good damage. Actually, it looks like Zulmak is less than half, so we're still trending for a 4 phase here, which isn't too bad. And I just gotta make sure I hit my tether. I think I want to hit my tether, and I think 3 phase is possible, you know, with this setup. I don't think you can do better than 3 phase. Okay, where's our... There he is. Alright, got our sword. We're going to take out these guys really quick. I wonder if... Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Even though it's a sword, I don't think this counts as a heavy. Maybe it does, I don't know. Got a little bit overzealous there. Yeah, see, that's why it's better to take out those acolytes, because while they don't do a lot of damage by themselves, in a group, they can really melt you pretty fast. Especially if that guy's hitting you too with a sword. Like, you can find yourself on the receiving end there and go into orbit. Take a moment here to get my bearing straight. Take a breath. And now we got our super. Okay, so he's down. Yeah, I'm just going to spam Anarchy again and then try to get a couple of Mountaintop hits in there too. Because heavy ammo is not a problem for me. There's a bunch sitting around the entire time. Keep spamming this. Alright. Dang it. So yeah, you can go over here to take this guy out, but that Shrieker can see you from over here too. Oh, he dodged me. Alright, that was a little bit scuffed there, but okay, not a big deal. Keep making our way over here. I know this is a long video, so I'll put timestamps in. Hopefully it's useful just to see this kind of like being repeated here. And I hope you guys like the video. I know it's a longer one, but I do hope that it's useful. Alright, we want to take these guys out too. Leaves none standing. There we go. And now we can go back over here. Gotta make sure I hit my tether this time. Hit my tether. I want to do solid damage so that it's like an easy 4 phase. I don't want to leave anything to chance. The longer you spend in that center area, he does that crazy super attack, and those cursed thralls can sneak up on you really easily. Alright. Full ammo. Heavy sitting like crazy here. Alright, there's one. Gotta make sure I hit my tether. I mean, that's like the easiest thing. This guy's like 50 feet tall. With a giant flaming sword and flaming skull. I can't miss that. That's cool. You could also take out that sword bearer too. Another one's gonna spawn in, but typically like that's by the end of the damage phase. So you could take him out. I could take these thralls out, which I probably should. Holy smokes. You know what? Let's do that. Alright, so we're going to put down the orb. We're going to dodge. We're going to grab it. And then... You know, that's why you gotta be really careful around. You gotta be really careful around him because he can do that little weird stomp attack, and it can send you careening off the map. Holy smokes, that was close. Yeah, guys, like I said, you can easily get killed here by accident. Okay, once I see it's the dark energy, I'm gonna hit him one time here, and then get the heck out of there. Okay, it's gonna be a close one. I wanted to get him down more than that, but the last thing I want to do is have this guy with a sliver of health and have to do a 5th damage phase. But we put ourselves in a position where we should be able to get him. I'm gonna be careful though. I want to be more conservative this next time. And take out that sword bearer, take out some of these other guys first. I want to have like no ads there at all. You can even put like anarchy shots on those little plates there. I've seen people do that. But oh well, not a big deal. Zulmak is gonna fall. I hope. Let's 3-peek here. Draw the wrath of the wrath and the ire of the Reddit community. Alright, so now I can just chill here for a second. Yeah, I want to say he's at like between 1/4 and 1/5 health. Okay, he's down, hopefully for the last time. And now we're gonna, now we're gonna do long range again. Hopefully this kills that wizard. It might. I had a bunch of ammo here for this one. Yeah, wizard's down. Nice. That is the best way of doing that. It's so useful. Okay, we need a sword though. Looks like this is our only option. Whoa, almost jumped off the edge. Okay, here we go. The Shrieker is left. this guy jumped out. Holy smokes, that was close, guys. See, something random like that almost cost me. Okay, so what I want to do here, actually, guys, is I want to try to use my range attack on this dude. I want to take out that... you know what? Actually, I want to take him out for the last dunk. I want to take him out for the last dunk. Let's get him weak. And then we'll take him out right before we dunk that last orb. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. We'll take him out, because that way we don't have to worry about that that dude at all. And we can more easily focus on the Knight, or Zulmak, a little bit better. Whoa. Oh, man. Guys, you do not want to blow yourself up with Mountaintop at this stage of the game. That would be catastrophic. Okay. So, oops, the thralls are gone. All we have left is this accursed sword bearer. And when we take him out, now the cool thing is, when we get up here and we do our dunk, that guy won't spawn in for a little bit, so... Oh no, the wrong one, rip! No, I miscalculated. Oh well. Now the cool thing is, when we get up here and we do our dunk, that guy won't spawn in for a little bit. So my whole strategy just got messed up. Okay, we gotta watch out for those cursed thralls. Whoa, 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 whoa. He's so weak. So am I. He's going down. Yeah, we got him. Holy smokes, guys. This is a tough dungeon. But when you see him drop and you get that emblem, it is totally worth it. So this will give you the pinnacle drop too. So if you're still looking to get max power, this will help you out for that as well. But that's it. That is the Pit of Heresy. We went through the entire thing, every single encounter. I hope the explanations were good. I hope that this was useful. If it was, guys, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you come back for more videos and live streams here on YouTube. And I will also link or also pin my Twitch channel in the comments down below. I'd love for you guys to pop over there because we've been having a lot of fun. Thank you so much for watching, and best of luck. Let me know if you get the emblem. See you guys.